Hi guys, let's start with top notes 2A. You're on unit 1, page 2. Getting acquainted. Actually, acquainted means be familiar with someone, uh, introduce someone. See, when you are meeting one person for the first time, you introduce yourself, greet with someone, say welcome to someone. This is acquainted. Customs around the world. Greeting people. Greetings. People greet each other differently around the world. For example, some people bow. This is bowing. Some people kiss once. Some people kiss twice, two times. Some shake hands. This is shaking hand. And some hug. Hug. This is they are hugging each other. You see, these are two men are kissing, but here they are hugging each other. Exchange business card. Which one do you use in your country? I use this. Sometimes I use this one. Sometimes. You see, if someone is very important in coronavirus, none of them. But if there is a friend, if I love her, she's important for me. Sometimes I shake hands. None of them. Which one do you do? Exchanging business card. People have different customs for exchanging business card around the world. For example, you want to give your card to your partner, to your co-worker. Some customs are very formal. People always use two hands. You see, they use two hands and look at the card carefully. It means you are respecting them. Other customs are informal. People accept a card with one hand and quickly put it in the pocket. This is me. Getting acquainted. I told you, acquainted means to introduce someone, greeting and saying welcome to someone. And you start talking for the first time. What about the small talk? The topics people talk about when they do not know each other or well. In some places, it's not important, it's not polite, it's not really polite to ask about how much money they make, about salaries, wage, and how old they are. It's not polite. But in other places, people think topics are more appropriate. Yeah, I think in Iran it's appropriate. I have seen lots of people who ask about the money that I make and who ask about my age. So if they are not polite, but I guess in Iran, yeah, they are. For the first time, I saw lots of people who talk about my money, the money that I make. And for the first time, I talked with lots of students. The first question was, "How old are you, teacher?" You see, it's not important how old are they. They ask. I don't think in Iran. I guess yeah, they ask it very much. In your opinion, is there any right way and wrong way to greet people? You should talk about it. Which one do you think? Is there anything that right or wrong? Explain about it, record your voice and send it. In your country, are there any topics people should avoid during small? No, I think they talk about everything. When I talk with someone, almost I talk about weather. I talk about job, just these two. And I think the others are not really important. When a person asks me about the other parts, about religion, family, or someone's home, or other things, it's not really polite in my idea. What do you think? Which one of them is polite and which one is not? In my idea, I guess these two is okay, but the others are not. Let's go to the dialogue. Listen after listening, you are going to record your voice and send it to me. Number 2.
CD1. People meeting in a hotel lobby. You look familiar. Haven't we met somewhere before?
You look familiar. When you say you look familiar, it means it seems I have seen you before. We have met before.
I don't think so. I'm not from around here. I know. Aren't you from Japan? I'm sure we met at the IT conference last week.
Of course. You're from Mexico, right?
That's right. I'm sorry. I've forgotten your name.
Kamura Takashi. But you can call me Taka.
Hi, Taka. Leon Prieto. Please call me Leon. So, what have you been up to since the conference?
What have you been up to? It means what have you been doing? What did you do? Actually, after the conference, what have you been doing after the conference?
Not much. Actually, I'm on my way to the airport now. I'm flying back home.
Hey, we should keep in touch.
Keep in touch. Keep in touch, it means, for example, talk on the cell phone, send message to each other. You see, let's communicate in social medias. You see, they are giving each other, passing a card.
Here's my card. The conference is in Acapulco next year, and I can show you around.
That would be great. I hear Acapulco's beautiful.
It was nice to see you again, Taka.
You too.
Okay, I could show you around. It means if there is another conference, we could go together, and I can show you the parts of the place and the places that you haven't seen before. I can help you and show the places in my country. So let's go. Find the underlying expressions in the photo story and match them with the explanation. You say this when you want to offer to introduce someone to a new place. You say this to suggest that someone calls or email you in the future. For example, this one. Let's keep in touch. You say this when you are not sure if you know someone but you think you have been seen before. You look familiar. You say this when you want to ask about someone's recent activities. What have you been up to? And for the first time, you say when you want to offer to introduce someone to a new place, I could show you around. Okay, answer the questions according to the photo story. Why does Leon begins speaking with Taka? Because he looks familiar to him. Has Taka been busy since the conference? You see, not much. He says, not much. Actually, I'm on way to the airport. He was busy, so he couldn't do anything. Why does Leon give Taka his credit card? In order to keep in touch, in order to talk together after the conference. What does Leon offer to do at the next conference? He says that I could show you around. I can help you to show you the places that you haven't seen before. With the partner, discuss and write advices for visitors about how to behave in your country. For example, questions like how old are you and how much money do you make aren't polite. You shouldn't ask them. What is your advice? For example, one of your friends is coming to Iran. You should ask which questions shouldn't they ask or what is impolite in our country. Write three examples like this one or this one. Take a photo and send it. Present perfect. We talked about it in one of the sessions. We talked about it. Anyway, I'm going to explain again. Use the present perfect to talk about an indefinite time in the past. From the past perfect with have or has to. Okay, affirmative sentence or a negative. We have met them. She has called them. بهتون گفتم زمان present perfect یا حال کامل زمانی هست که یک کاری رو در زمان گذشته انجام دادیم خود کار یعنی خود اکتیویتی یا تاثیر اون به زمان حال میرسه. چجوری اون نشون میدادیم؟ اول باید سابجکت داشته باشیم یعنی فاعل کسی که کار رو انجام میده. بعد have یا has استفاده میکنیم. برای I, you, we, they از have. برای she, he, it از has استفاده میکنیم. بعد هم بهتون گفته بودم شکل سوم فعل یا پس پارتیسیپل فعل رو پیدا میکنیم و می‌نویسیم. حالا این پس پارتیسیپل چی بود؟ گفتیم یه بیس فرم داریم حالت عادی فعل ها هست که همیشه استفاده میکنیم تو زمان حال ساده. یه حالت دوم دارن فعل ها که زمان سیمپل پست هستن یا بهشون ایدی میدیم یا شکلشون عوض میشه مثل این ردیف دوم برای گذشته هستن. این زمانی که ما میخوایم اینجا گفتم شکل سوم شامل این قسمت میشه. past participle been come done eaten fallen. ما این قسمت رو کار داریم. پس اگر سابجکت رو گذاشتیم have و has استفاده کردیم برای present perfect باید حتما از این قسمت استفاده کنیم. یا کنیم met. اصلش meet بوده فعل، بعد شده met و شکل سومش هم دوباره met هست. اگر خواستید این جملات رو منفی کنید به have و has یه دونه not اضافه میکنید. We haven't met before. She hasn't called him. Hasn't and haven't. Yes no question. مثل بقیه سوالی ها اگه have و has رو بیارید اولش میشه present perfect. Have you met them? Yes we have. No we haven't. Has she called him? Yes she has. No she hasn't. Use the simple past tense to talk about definite or specific time. میگه از زمان حال ساده استفاده میکنیم برای اینکه یه چیز خاصی رو در یه زمان خاصی بگیم تموم شده و انجام دادیم، تموم شده رفته. اما وقتی زمان حال کامل یا present perfect رو استفاده میکنیم میگیم تاثیر یک کاری در زمان که در زمان گذشته تمام شده به زمان حال رسیده. I have met Bill twice. This is present perfect. But look at this for simple past tense for definite time. ببینید we met in 1999 and again in 2004. یعنی یک کاری در زمان گذشته انجام شده و دیگه هم براتون اهمیت نداره. فقط همدیگه رو ملاقات کردیم در سال 1999 همدیگه رو ملاقات کردیم تمام شده. یه بارم در سال 2004 بوده. ولی وقتی اینجا میگیم I met Bill twice اکثرا این جمله قرار ادامه پیدا کنه و ممکنه یه چیز خیلی مهم رو بخوایم براشون توضیح بدیم. So it's really important to pay attention. Then we have definite time, for example 2004 or 1999. We use simple past, but we are going to continue and explain about it and show the effect. We use present perfect tense. These are the contractions: have met, haven't met, we say haven't or have not. Has met apostrophe s and has not met we can use it in this form. حالتهای اختصاریشون هست. Choose the correct form to complete each sentence. For example, we have. ببینید میخواد زمان present perfect استفاده کنید. فعل take رو نگاه کنید اینجا. take اینجاست. شکل دومش to گفتم با شکل سومش کار داریم. taken. We have taken the 2 express train many times. We have taken. I had breakfast at night, but I haven't. Look at here. Have, had. شکل سومش had هست. I haven't had lunch. Alison has gone to the moon. My younger brother has came. Look at here, came. My brother has come to. Where is it? My brother has come home from work. Came. We use come. This is the answer. They posted some messages late yesterday, but they haven't anything about the tree. They haven't Is it wrote and written. ما با این شکل سومش کار داریم. They posted some messages yesterday, but they haven't written anything about their trip. They haven't written anything. Complete the conversation with present perfect or the simple past tense. Then practice the conversation with a partner. Part A. Have you met Jake? Our new teacher? Yes, we have. He has met. Yes, he has. He has met her in the office this morning. Have they been to the class before? No, they haven't. They are new at this school. Have you eaten in the new school restaurant? No, I haven't. Is it good? Have your classmates spoken with the school director? Yes, they have. They have spoken with her yesterday. Has Bess seen the new language lab? No, she hasn't, but she has seen the library. Okay, complete the messages with present perfect or simple past. You see, it's not clear actually. Hello, Mr. Kemper, remember me? See, it's not clear. In your book, please complete this part based on simple present and simple past and present perfect. Based on this part, complete this. This is simple past and this is Present perfect because I can see it clearly. Please complete it in your book, take a photo and send it. Let's go to the model. There is a conversation model. Read and listen to the people getting reacquainted. It means they know each other now. They are going to talk about it again after many times. Let's listen. Number 3, 4 or 3. Okay, 3.
Page 5. Conversation model. Exercise A. Read and listen to people getting reacquainted.
Audrey, have you met Hannah?
No, I haven't.
Hannah, I'd like you to meet Audrey.
Hi, Audrey. You look familiar. Have we met before? I don't think so. I know. Last month, you were at my sister Nicole's party. Oh, that's right. How have you been?
So you see, they know each other, but they may forgot. They are reacquainted. Acquainted, it means greeting or introducing. I told you when we have it means again. Again, we are going to introduce themselves and say welcome, greeting together. And that's it. Read it, record your voice, and send it to me. Let's go to sound reduction in present perfect. Reduction means reduce. Let's listen. You are going to repeat after listening. Repeat it. Record your voice and send it to me, please.
Page 5. Pronunciation. Sound reduction in the present perfect. Exercise A. Listen to how the sound t of the negative contraction disappears in natural speech. 1,
I haven't been to that class.
2,
He hasn't met his new teacher.
3,
They haven't taken the test.
4,
She hasn't heard the news.
Now listen again and repeat.
I haven't been to that class.
He hasn't met his new teacher.
They haven't taken the test.
She hasn't heard the news.
Okay. In this part, with 2 other students, practice making an introduction and greeting reoccurring. Okay, take a look at this information. We are going to make the same thing here and make another conversation here. For example, these are the ideas you have met in a meeting or party, or for example, 3. What is it? Say how you have been. This is not really clear here. You can use these 2 ideas and make another conversation based on this model and take a photo, send it. There is another conversation model. Let's listen. Number 6. Number 6.
Page 6. Conversation model. Exercise A. Read and listen to someone greeting a visitor.
Welcome to Beijing. Have you ever been here before?
No, it's my first time. But yesterday, I went to the Forbidden Palace. It was fantastic.
That's great. Have you tried Beijing duck yet?
Beijing duck? No, I haven't. What's that?
It's a famous Chinese dish. I think you'll like it.
Okay, this is Beijing duck. It's a kind of food. You see, Beijing duck is a kind of food. Beijing is capital of China, and this is the name of the food. Let's go to the vocabulary. Read it, record your voice, and send it to me. Let's go to the vocabulary part. Tourists and activities, number 8.
Page 6. Vocabulary. Tourist activities around the world. Exercise A. Read and listen.
Climb Mount Fuji.
Go sightseeing in New York.
Go to the top of the Eiffel Tower.
Try Korean food.
Take a tour of the Tower of London.
Take pictures of the Great Wall.
Okay. Present perfect, already yet never before, and never, ever and never. Use ever or before in yes/no questions about life experiences. Have you ever eaten Indian food? You see, this is a yes/no question. Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Has he been to Paris before? Yes, he has. No, he hasn't. پس از before و ever در سوالات present perfect زمان جمله های حال کامل استفاده میکنیم. وقتی که سوال yes no question باشه نگاه کنید have you ever eaten Indian food میگید حالا غذای هندی خوردین yes I have no I haven't. جوابتون این شکلی میشه بله غذای هندی خوردم نه غذای هندی نخوردم. به اینا میگن yes no question. پس از ever و before استفاده میکنیم برای عملت yes no question. Use yet or already in yes no question about recent experiences. میگه از yet or already در همین مدل سوالای yes no question استفاده کنید اما وقتی یه experience یه اتفاق تازه‌ای یا رخ داده recent باشه. Have you toured Kyoto yet؟ معنیش همونه میگه تا حالا رفتی کیوتو بودی توی کیوتو ولی چیزی که تازگی ها میگه تازگی ها اونجا بودی yes I have never. Has she already been to the top of the Eiffel Tower? This is Eiffel Tower. This is the top of the Eiffel Tower. میگه تا حالا اونجا بوده مثلا رفته بالای برج ایفل. Yes, she has. No, she hasn't. Already وقتی میگیم مثلا میگه که تا حالا بوده یعنی منظورش اینه وقتی به دنیا اومده تا الان. منظورش اینه مثلا پارسا 2 سال پیش رفته recent باشه اخیراً باشه. اوکی خیلی دور نباشه زمانش. این affirmative و negative statement در جملات مثبت و منفی میتونیم از اینا استفاده کنیم. حالا ببینید چجور. We have already seen the Great Wall. Great Wall. This is Great Wall. دیوار چین رو داره میگه. میگه ما دیدیم. ما تا حالا دیدیم. دیوار چین رو آره رفتیم دیدیم. Already. Already یعنی که تازگی ها رفتیم. زمان جمله که یه present perfect. present perfect چیه گفتم؟ فاعل هم هست شکل سوم. They have never visited Mexico. میگه تا حالا ندیدن. They haven't. He has been to New York before. یه تازگی ها کجا بودن؟ نیویورک بودن. گفتم before استفاده کردیم. یعنی که بله حالا دید. We haven't tried Beijing duck yet. میگه هنوز نرفتیم مثلا اردک چینی بخوریم. اسم غذاش اینجا بود. Beijing duck. میگه هنوز نرفتیم بخوریم. Yet بار منفی داره. اما در سوال هم میتونیم استفاده کنیم ولی کلا یه بار منفی داره. میگه اصلا هنوز نرفتیم هنوز غذا نخوردیم مثلا این بیجینگ داکر رو نخوردیم یه همچین بار منفی داره انگار که مثلا این کار سال انجام ندادین حالا کلا بار منفی داره یه چیزی ولی already اونجوری باشش بارش منفی نیست. They haven't ever visited Mexico. not و ever با هم دیگه داشته باشیم این جمله منفی. He hasn't been to Boston before. نبوده تا حالا بوستون نرفت. Always place before and yet at the end of the statement. Yet و before همیشه جایگاهشون آخر جمله است. نکنیم before, yet, before, yet, before. همیشه آخر جمله میاد. چه سالی چه منفی چه مثبت. Use the words to write statements or questions in present perfect. You go sightseeing in London before. You have gone sightseeing in London before. Question به نظرم بهتره باشه. سوالی باشه قشنگ‌تره. Have you gone sightseeing in London before? تا حالا رفتی مثلا اونجا تو لندن sightseeing داشته باشی. She has already tried Guatemalan food. تا حالا غذای گواتمالایی خورده است. They haven't ever been to Buenos Aires. We haven't taken a tour of Prague yet. Yet یادتونه گفتم آخر جمله میاد. Listen to the grammar. Complete the question. Complete the question and short answer. Be careful. No.
Page 7. Exercise B. Listen to activate grammar. Listen and complete the questions using the vocabulary. Conversation 1.
Welcome to India. Is this your first time here?
Yes, it is.
Really? Have you been to Agra yet?
Oh, that's where the Taj Mahal is, right? No, I haven't.
You should definitely take a tour. It's amazing.
Actually, I'm going there on Friday. I will.
Conversation 2.
This is my second time in Japan.
Well, welcome to Kyoto. Where else have you been?
So far, I've been to Tokyo and Osaka. Tomorrow, I'm going sightseeing here.
Kyoto is fantastic. You're going to enjoy it.
Conversation 3.
This is my first time in Peru. I've heard the food is great here.
Yes, it is. We're really proud of our food. Have you tried ceviche?
No, I haven't. Is it good?
Excellent.
Conversation 4.
Welcome to Mexico City. Is it your first time?
Yes,
When did you arrive?
last week. I've done so much, but for me, the best was climbing the Pyramid of the Sun.
When did you do that?
Yesterday, it was incredible.
Conversation 5.
Welcome to Rio de Janeiro. Have you been here before?
Well, I've been to Sao Paulo before, but this is my first time to Rio.
Really? Have you seen Sugar Loaf yet?
No, I haven't, but I plan to.
Oh, you should. It's amazing. Take lots of pictures.
Now listen again and complete the short answers. Conversation 1.
Welcome to India. Is this your first time here?
Yes, it is.
Really? Have you been to Agra yet?
Oh, that's where the Taj Mahal is, right? No, I haven't.
You should definitely take a tour. It's amazing.
Actually, I'm going there on Friday. I will.
Conversation 2.
This is my second time in Japan.
Well, welcome to Kyoto. Where else have you been?
So far, I've been to Tokyo and Osaka. Tomorrow, I'm going sightseeing here.
Kyoto is fantastic. You're going to enjoy it.
Conversation 3.
This is my first time in Peru. I've heard the food is great here.
Yes, it is. We're really proud of our food. Have you tried ceviche?
No, I haven't. Is it good?
Excellent.
Conversation 4.
Welcome to Mexico City. Is it your first time?
Yes,
When did you arrive?
last week. I've done so much, but for me, the best was climbing the Pyramid of the Sun.
When did you do that?
Yesterday, it was incredible.
Conversation 5.
Welcome to Rio de Janeiro. Have you been here before?
Well, I've been to Sao Paulo before, but this is my first time to Rio.
Really? Have you seen Sugar Loaf yet?
No, I haven't, but I plan to.
Oh, you should. It's amazing. Take lots of pictures.
Okay, write 4 questions about tourist activities in your city or country. Have you ever tried our seafood dishes? See, you should write about country. For example, have you tried bali polo sabzi? For example, write about it. Have you ever seen? For example, have you ever participated in Charshambazuri party? See? Write for 5 questions. Take a photo and send it to me. And with a partner, change the conversation model to greet a visitor to your country. Use present perfect, suggest tourist activities in your city. Use a notepad, then change welcome to, for example, Iran. Have you ever been here before? And then continue. What activities can people do in your country? For example, try baking dal. It's a famous Chinese dish. Try baklava, for example. It's a famous kind of sweet in Iran, but delicious, for example. Okay, complete this conversation and the activities that people can do in your country. Take a photo and send it. Let's go to this part. You see, these are the fingers. Actually, let me show you. This is the thumb, index finger, middle finger. This is index finger, ring finger. Because you can use your ring on your left hand, we call it ring finger, and this is the smallest finger, which is called pinky. This is palm of your hand, chafedas, okay, palm of your hand, and this is a fist. Let's listen to this reading. It's really interesting. Let's go number 11. Oh, wait a minute, I should find it. Wait.